The truth occurs.
Hi everyone, it's Sonia here. What a last few days! Holy cow! I have to give you guys some updates. Before I start, I just want to remind you, please like me on Facebook. Thank you for your support on Patreon. And don't forget to sub to my backup channel. Please subscribe here and hit the bell to receive all notifications, or you might never get notified of anything. Also, I just want to remind you that the purifier pouches and the tabs are still available. It's summer now, and summer tends to like breed odors, if you know what I mean. And these things will get rid of them. If you have smells in your car, one pouch in your car will make your car smell like a new car. And this is very good in a spray bottle to get rid of like anything that is producing any kind of odors, so your home and your car can smell fresh and clean. So it's still 15% off, no shipping and handling, for a 3-pack of pouches. Okay, I gotta tell you about something that just happened in my life, for those of you who have followed the saga. But I just want to say like a couple things about what's been going on lately, and I've been hearing a lot of people talking about how this whole, all the protests and everything, that it's really just a leftist plot to overthrow Trump, which I do think there's elements of that in there, absolutely. Maybe actually in the US there's a lot of that going on. However, at this point, it's so much bigger than the US. America tends to think of like everything through this lens of just looking at America. But if you really look at the bigger picture, I think what we're actually witnessing here, I'm not kidding you, this is what I really, really believe. I think we're actually witnessing like a massive awakening all over the world. I know some of you are like, oh, you're so naive. No, I really think that it's really time for that awakening to happen. It's time to get rid of some of the systemic racism. And I'll give you just one example: redlining. Just go and look up what is redlining. I've been talking to some people who live in the US who are black, and they were telling me like it's hard to get things like loans or health insurance. And I looked into this, and because of the practice of redlining, which was originally invented by the I think the banks that were giving loans for home ownership. Originally this was like official policy. It was then made illegal, but it still continues to this day. So it goes by the neighborhood actually, and because there are black communities, so people live in the same neighborhood, then they redline that neighborhood, and if you live there you can't get a loan for a business, can't get a loan for, you know, whatever, or your health insurance, all kinds of things. So, you know, there really is such a thing as systemic racism. It's absolutely insane. It doesn't make any sense. 2020, and why is society still function like this? I mean, the amount of pigmentation in a person's skin should not determine, you know, whether the road is going to be inherently more difficult or not. Like, the value of a person is from inside them. It should not have to do with your hair color, the type of hair you have, the color of skin. Do you realize how shallow that is? It doesn't make any sense. So I think that actually at this point, considering they were having just as big protests in Europe, in France, that has nothing to do with the American election. They didn't set that up in France and make people angry over there about their racism so that Trump won't be in the White House, you know, or like all over the world. Here in Canada, we actually have problems here. And so we have protests here too. We have problems, and we want those problems addressed. Anyhow, I just want to tell you that, of course, there's always some shady stuff going on, but I think we're having like a really like an awakening, a tipping point, and I think it's exciting actually. But one thing maybe about like this whole issue of defunding the police, if you want my opinion, I think defunding the militarization of the police is a good idea, but the police also does do important work. I mean, I've watched a lot of episodes of Forensic Files, and I'll tell you, the police, they also do a lot, you know, of investigative work. So you don't want to defund them too much, but they shouldn't be like militarized and SWAT teams coming in. And really what everybody's talking about, defunding the police department. How about you talk a little bit more about ending the war on drugs and ending the racist laws that were built into that war on drugs. I haven't heard anything about abolishing 3 strikes laws, mandatory minimum sentences, about anything about changing that prison system so it's not, you know, so stacked against people of color. That 1 in 17 white men will end up in jail in their life in America. For black American men, they have a 1 in 3 chance of doing prison time in their life. So that something is happening. You know, that's not just like a coincidence. Anyhow, that system needs to be changed from the inside. So I just wanted to share my thoughts with you on that. And here's the other thing. I got news about my mother, which it's good. She's no longer testing positive for COVID. But she has nowhere to go now. She's kind of a displaced person. There is another, like her old retirement home won't take her. They won't take her back. And there's a new place, but they won't take her either because of this whole COVID stuff that's happening. So she's been at the hospital for 2 months, and she's basically stuck there indefinitely until they find somewhere for her to go. So in the meantime, we had to empty out her apartment, which it's sad. I just set up a beautiful apartment for her in January. She moved in February, and now in June already I have to empty it out. And a lot of the stuff actually ended up here. So was it yesterday? Like, I'm losing track of time. Yesterday, yes, they came and brought all stuff. I want to show you the apartment. I want to show you what happened here. Okay, so first of all, here's my living room right now. Okay, you notice there's tons of stuff everywhere. Aaron's dinner is there too. I have now a dresser in the living room, and I have my mom's stuff on a chair. My bunnies are running around. Look, there's Twinkle. Twinkle! And there's Snow. I have the mattress, spare mattress, and like more of her clothes. I mean, my place is really small. Oh, look, her record player. Yeah. I'm hoping she's going to be able to get out of there soon. And then I want to have her clothes so I can bring them to her right away. But I don't know, it might take a while. Anyhow, here's my living room, as you see. Oh, look, I now have this here. The Paravon. But I have nowhere to put it. It doesn't really work, but I know at least it's out of the way. And then I put the tea station over here. And then I have tons of garbage because I've been getting rid of things. Like, it's just everywhere. I had so much stuff. You guys can't imagine how much stuff I got rid of. All my furniture, a lot of it. So here is Gunner's room. Wow, it's really dark in here. I hope you can see. So what happened was we now have my mother's dresser in here, which actually looks nice. But I had to get rid of a lot of things, like those drawers that I had before. I had to empty everything out. Got the records there. It is kind of sad. Like, I can't even like go there emotionally. Like, the last few days have been just so much, you know, with the like being there at the protests and just so much running around, and then having to move all this stuff in. Like, I haven't even had the opportunity yet to actually like process any of it emotionally. But anyhow, I just wanted to show you what's happening to my apartment right now. My mom's lamp is there, and then we put her picture up here over the bed. This, by the way, in case you don't know, this is a portrait that I painted of my mom. It was a gift that I gave her about 15 years ago. I'm saving the best for last though, because I want you to see my room. I have her paintings up in there. So yeah, basically, yeah, it's kind of all upside down. Like, I have all her paintings. They're all over the place. Because I'm thinking, you know, once she does move, I want to be able to put some of her pictures up for her. I mean, I don't really know what's going to happen when she moves. I don't know what to expect, but I don't want to like put them somewhere where I can't get them back after, you know. So, okay, my kitchen is a mess, as you see. It's kind of a disaster right now. And then, though, I want you to see what happened in my room. This is kind of sad, though. I mean, this is the bed that I put together for my mom. And, well, now I have it. You know, it's nice for me to have this furniture, but I'm just like, you know, I just got it for her. But honestly, my mom, she's okay. Like, she's up at the hospital, and she's actually very popular from what I've been told. The staff love her. The other residents love her. She's been making friends. She has like a best friend. Sometimes they even sleep in the same bed together. You know, just like friendly. And she's pretty happy, and she's just like going around trying to be helpful. She's like folding towels and stuff, and she kind of doesn't really know like where she was before, or really where she is, or she's not worried about what's going to happen. She's in good spirits. My mom is just a very positive person, and she's always been like that. She's always like, whatever your situation is, you got to make the most of it. And she's just not a complainer. She's not like a negative, pessimistic, complaining person. And so now she's like stuck in a hospital for 2 months, and she's just full of like sunshine and, you know, making friends with people and trying to be helpful. And is really quite amazing, you know. Not a lot of people are like that, but she is. So she's like super popular, you know. So I want to show you my room now. Yeah, and I know this is like a super informal video, but I'm so exhausted and I just want to touch base with you guys tonight. Just to say hi. I hope you guys are all doing well and that things are okay where you are. Like I pray for you guys, and I pray that you have peace and that you're safe where you are, and that they're okay and they're going to just get better and go in a good direction. So I just want to say hi, you know, and I'll show you a little bit about my life. So here's the room. So here is the bed. Now I have a very small bedroom, and before I had a big huge cupboard here that was taking up space, and now I have my mother's cupboard and the bed, which the only problem with the bed is Aaron can't actually get in the room with his wheelchair, so I don't know, I can't figure that out right now, but it looks nice. Like my room looks like it has real furniture. Usually my apartments always just kind of had like whatever I could get. I've never really owned like proper real furniture. I'm not exactly the biggest consumer you'll ever meet. I mean, really, like if somebody left a chair behind, I'd be like, "That's my chair now," you know. If I found a nice dresser in the basement, I'd be like, "It's coming with me." I actually even I'll show you one thing here. This thing, that thing that my TV is on, I'm like, "Hey, that's mid-century modern," and I brought it home, you know, and I've had it ever since. It's been like 20 years now. So yeah, I've been a bit of a scavenger. I mean, most of my life I was pretty poor, so I'm not ashamed. I'll pick the garbage. I don't care, you know. So yeah, a lot of my furniture was either like acquired or sometimes bought like secondhand or literally found on the street corner. I really don't care. I'll take it home, you know. But this is the first time that I've had like real furniture that's new. So it looks like a proper room, like a proper house almost. It's like it's not such a hobo house. So I have of course the desk from my mom that she had given me before. Now I have her bed, which has some drawers here, which is cool, because now I can put the extra linens in there. And my son's, all his Nerf guns are in here. He has tons of them. And this little thing I had before, this huge cupboard here, where the black one is, and it was full of stuff up on the top. Like all that clutter is gone. And I cannot believe how much space I have in these cupboards. I just can't believe it. It's crazy. Over here, there's a shelf up there, which is so useful. I used to have like 2 of these things and then not much space for clothes. So now I don't have all the space that I had in here. Like this, the other closet was about 8 inches wider, but it doesn't matter because there's a shelf up there. So all the stuff that was like taking up space hanging like this, it's up on a shelf now. And then I have some space on the bottom. And then I have space for Gunner's toys. And one of my cooking pots. And then there's more like Lego and random stuff down there. But seriously, I could put a lot in here. And then there's a mirror. His toys sticking out. And then over here, I have this amazing cupboard, which it has room for all the linens. And like there's still even more space in here. I have to figure out what I'm going to do with it. Because it's tall, it has a lot of shelves. I knew that I was going to inherit that cupboard one day, but I didn't think it was going to be so soon. But it's a really beautiful cupboard. I still have this thing with my plants. I tried to grow a garden, but like look, it really didn't work out. So much for growing my own food. And oh, I want to show you the paintings in here, because these paintings, they all have story. Okay, I'll start with this one. This was from the house that my parents had in Vermont. It was in the house. That house was over 100 years old already when they got it in the 70s. And this is very, very old. It's like super old print. It's water damaged. It's spooky. And that's why I like it. It's so old and creepy. It's like Victorian, you know. And then we have this painting. This was a painting of a lady that my mother met when she was a stewardess. See, it's signed here. 1962. Edith Trost. My mother was a stewardess and she went all over, and she was down in the Caribbean. So this lady was renting out rooms in Barbados, and my mom and her girlfriend stayed with her, and my mom wanted to paint her. And I find that she really like captured something about her soul. And also I really love the colors that she used. And this is just something that my mom picked up at some point, and I like it because it's more of the ocean and some plants. And this up here is a picture of a little boy that my mother got to draw paint when she was down in I think it was Mexico. Wait, this was from 1961, and that one was from 1962. So yeah, my mother, the stewardess, went like all over. And yeah, these are her paintings. And then this painting was one that we've had in our family for a really long time. I mean, it was like one of the oldest paintings that we had in our family. Look at the date. It's from 1975. I don't know exactly who these people were, but they will forever be immortalized in these paintings. These people will never be forgotten. This guy, I don't know who he was. Yeah, he looks really sad, but he's also really beautiful. And even if we don't know who he is, he will always be remembered. This is a fancy painting. This is like probably kind of valuable from what I hear. I don't know where it is. I think it's from Spain, but I'm not 100% sure. The whole theme of this room is sort of tropical. The best experience I've ever had was when I went to a tropical place where it was warm, and I love palm trees, and this room is my escape. I told you a while ago I was building a beach house, and that was this room, and it sort of just evolved into like my little tropical sanctuary, and I've fixed it up with just everything that I really like. I've got this what do you call this? Like a garland with hibiscus. Yeah. You know, some people, like, they like to go on the lake or something, or camping, or they like to go in the snow. But to me, it's like, all that's a no-go. I just want to go somewhere tropical. You guys know I really liked going to Cuba and Mexico. So this is my little sanctuary, because I do need some sanctuary. I mean, I do a lot of things. I take care of a lot of people. And what I really love about it is that now that I've set up the room more and more in a way that I really love everything that's in here, now I really feel like it's my little place. You know, it's like my little escape. Even this too, the elephant lamp. And of course I have my plants here and my tropical pineapple. So yeah, this is like my little tropical room here, you know. So anyhow, and I have this too. Actually, one last thing. This is to like bring to mind a ship. Yeah, so anyway, that's what happened. We don't know where my mom is going, and I had to bring all her stuff in here on a really, really short notice. I'm super exhausted, but I'm happy that I have my little my happy little place here. Like, I really love this room now. And I actually get to sleep in a real bed. Because my other bed was like basically just a cot. It didn't have a real frame. So yeah, it's kind of cool, you know, to have like real furniture. And then when I sit here on my bed, the room looks so big compared to before. It was so, you know, it is a small room, but I don't know if you can tell, but it felt really tight before, and now it feels like, wow, I got so much space in here. Anyway, so that's a nice thing. So that's it. I just want to let you guys know sort of like what I've been up to. And stay tuned, because I'm going to have another update, I think, with Karen, maybe tomorrow, about what we've been finding out about that black box. So, you know, I hope to see you next time also for that. So that's it. I just hope everything's good with you guys, and let me know what's been happening. And God bless. And thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time.